In most cases, toys are developed based on movies or TV shows. The iconic characters, vehicles, and playsets are brought to life from the images we see on the screen. In the case of Star Wars, this holds true for sure. There have been a countless numbers of toys created from the main characters to background characters seen on screen for just a few seconds. But in 1979, Kenner was bold enough to make their own custom Star Wars toy, introducing us to the Imperial Troop Transport. The Troop Transport was a vehicle never seen on screen. This was a concept that Kenner developed with the idea that the vehicle was just to the left or right of the screen, but was part of the overall story. We just never saw it. The vehicle actually came with a mini comic depicting how the stormtroopers used the transport to track down R2 and 3PO and destroyed an entire clan of Jawas in A New Hope. To quote the great Jedi Master Ben Kenobi, "And these blast points, too accurate for sand people. Only Imperial stormtroopers are so precise." Which is hilarious because we all know just how precise stormtroopers are. The vehicle was actually pretty cool. It made movie sounds with a real mini spinning record, and it held a small battalion of troops. Well, 35 years after the vehicle was released, the vehicle was made canon on screen, showing up in the hit animated series Star Wars Rebels, and then the live action version in the hit TV show The Mandalorian. It was a long journey for the Troop Transport, but this vehicle made history going from toy to screen rather than screen to toy. What's up, Galaxy? It's time for Bantha Soup. I am your host, Gil Garcia. Today in the Bantha Tank, we're taking a look at Hasbro's 2001 Vintage Collection Imperial Troop Transport. Now we're playing in the big leagues with the Vintage Collection. If you're unfamiliar with the line, this is basically the best of the best that Hasbro produces for the 3 3/4 inch scale. The vehicle is a dark tan with some gray in it. It has some extreme weathering, but it's really done right. Top of the vehicle has a rotating cannon with a gun that swivels up and down. 2 front laser cannons protruding from the driver and passenger side. Peephole windows for extreme cover. Multiple areas of paneling. You can see the side has an amazing accent of the Imperial insignia with a red stripe. One of the main features, the transport has 6 deployment pods, 3 on each side. And what's pretty amazing is the 2 front pods do have a swivel door that opens, and you can see there is no area that is untouched with detail. You can almost see how the vehicle really works. All the weathering is intentional and it's in the right spots. Another main feature is an opening hatchback with extreme detail to deploy all your troops, ammo, and equipment. This thing is a tank, and I always get a little nervous when one of these rolls up on the Mando crew. You can see that both sides have the Imperial symbol with the red detail paint. Focusing on the top of the vehicle, you can see a very deadly rotating cannon with an amazing silver base and some large protruding gunmetal laser cannons. Again, this thing does rotate 360 degrees, and the laser cannons have an up and down swivel to take down those pesky X-Wing fighters. To open the top hatchback, I'm going to use a tool from the Vehicle Maintenance Energizer. I'm going to use these pliers to pop this lid open, and check it out. Secret hatch for a troop to pop out of, or your troops can take cover and jump inside. Like I said, there is so much detail and there is no area that is not covered. But it ain't over yet. The top portion completely pops off and you can really get a good look at some of the engine parts. Look at this awesome gray kind of gunmetal. The metal grate, the vents, the wires, the pipes, unbelievable. Just take a look at the interior floor. Look how amazing those grates look. It has the right texture, all the right pieces. Everything is molded amazingly. The molding on the seats are incredible with real rivets. The wall texture and the details in the metal and the grate. The paint scheme is perfect. I know you've seen this metal paneling out there before. It looks spot on. So much details just in the little mechanical parts spread all throughout the vehicle. You can tell just how much work went into making this piece. One of my favorite features of the entire vehicle are the 4 swiveling chairs that can go up and down. The 2 on the rear of the vehicle are actually molded onto the wall, they don't move, but it does have 4 separate chairs that can fold down for troops to sit down and think about the mission. And the front of the vehicle has a gun rack with a porthole looking into the front cockpit. I love the doors and the molding that goes to the outside ports. Taking a look at the cockpit, there are 2 swiveling doors. When you open one of the doors, you can see the interior of the door has so much detail with all the mechanical working parts. And oh my gosh, is this cockpit one of a kind. Man, talk about details. The front end has a really cool dash with a printed sticker, but the details on the sticker look really sharp. Pretty much the entire thing is that gunmetal silver, but it really works. A really detailed center console with just kind of buttons and gears you can have your figures push on and stuff. On the back side of the seats, really cool mechanical objects. Again, the floors, so much detail. Areas that doesn't really have to have details are still jam-packed, and it's so fun to explore. The steering wheel is freaking amazing. It's a one-handed steering wheel. There's a radar graphic on the front end. And man, the mechanics are so fun. So let's put a figure in here and test it out. It can sometimes be a little difficult putting a figure in the front end, but it does work. You just got to maneuver it right and set them up right. But it looks really amazing when you get him in there. The door closes perfectly. He's set. And I really love that the steering wheel is on a ball joint, so you can rotate it around. It makes it really easy when you're putting a figure in and position it correctly. So the Transport is a hover vehicle, and you look at the bottom and you see the hover engines. How freaking amazing is that? You see all the round sections that emit the energy, and it is a rolling vehicle, and the wheels are very well hidden, so you can barely notice them. So let's load this bad boy up and watch it roll out. The wheels work really great to get right in the action. And when you load this thing up with all your stormtroopers, holy cow, watch out. The Imperial Death March is on the way. Man, I would have killed it if I had this as a kid. I would have jammed all my figures in this bad boy and just rolled in on the rebels. It is really a piece of art, but it is also really an amazing play value vehicle. So many features, so many things to do. This vehicle is also a great opportunity for some amazing photography. The primary function of the Imperial Troop Transport was to move stormtroopers between important locations in times of conflict. A single transport could carry at least 1 squadron of such troops. Likewise, ITTs were also used to forcibly relocate prisoners, including farmers whose land had been seized by the Imperial government. Thanks to its ample firepower, the transport could deter most attackers. However, insertion of a foreign body in the barrel of the ITT's laser gun would cause it to explode upon firing. Thank you, Hasbro, for giving honor to Kenner and this amazing vehicle. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, we would really appreciate a like on our video. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe on YouTube to stay up to date on everything Bantha Suit. We do reviews, we build customs, we talk about everything Star Wars. Galaxy, thank you so much for watching. My name is Gil, and this is Bantha Suit.